Hey guys, what is up? It's your girl Sarah Liza back again with another video. Today I'm really excited to share all that has happened over the last month, particularly at Fashion Week. I'm really thankful for just the privilege and opportunity to be able to attend it again this year, and I really just wanted to share the testimony, and I think it's really cool that you'll be able to witness the change and growth that I've gone through just over this 1 year. And I believe it really came from the time that I went to Israel. So last year I went to Israel. You can check out the video that I made for that trip. Well, I have no idea what happened there spiritually, but I really believe that Jesus really did a work in me while I was there, and since then my videos have improved tremendously. And yeah, just as a quick teaser, I'm gonna flashback to what I shot last year at Fashion Week. It's really cringy, but I love how it's a good testimony and reflection of what Jesus has done for me and will continue to do for me in my life. So here, just check it out right now. How cringy is that video? This was it's so funny. So that video was shot on my Olympus, and yeah, you know when you're like a novice and then you make purchases which you think would have been great. I'm not gonna say that the Olympus was a bad camera. It was a really good camera. I got the EM5 Mark II, so it was like pretty top of the line last year, but it just isn't great for video work. Really great for photos, but I'm not really into photography. But anyways, yeah, God can use like the minimal tools that we have. Just as a sidetrack, like I really love the story of David in the Bible, where he literally all he had was a slingshot and a rock, which he used to take down Goliath. And humble as the tools were in his hand, it was really more about like the training that he went through over the course of time that really prepared him for that battle and that defeat of Goliath. And in the same way, I guess take courage that it doesn't really matter what tools you have. I think at the end of the day, it's really what you have in your hand, and more importantly is to use what you have in your hand to really make magic. So yeah, I'm really excited to share kind of just what I went through at Fashion Week this year, and really for you guys to see the videos that I produced this year. So this year I produced 4 videos, and it's just crazy the amount of increase that has happened this year, and really all glory goes to God. I don't know if but I've mentioned in the past that I'm someone who is not particularly the right person for fashion. I don't really fit the bill of what someone who is working in fashion should be like. I really just wanted to kind of share my testimony again, and kind of even why I'm doing this channel. If you don't know, I really feel called to be doing fashion, and this was something that I really struggled with for a long time when I took a gap year after high school to really seek Jesus and what I should be doing as a vocation in life. And fashion was something that kept coming up, which was something I wasn't really comfortable with, because I had a lot of perceptions and kind of prejudice towards the industry. There are a lot of things which I do not like and I do not endorse and support. But then again, I felt convicted that the areas of weakness is also the areas of opportunity. So that was when I began to be open to change and really be led of the Spirit. I really take courage that the places that I've been just like within the last 1.5 years of working since I graduated is just incredible. And yeah, so I guess this video is really kind of showing you guys and sharing that testimony. So last year when I started working as a videographer, how I even got into videography was really, all glory goes to God, because I was applying everywhere. After I graduated, I was applying in retail, I was applying, as a design assistant. I graduated from a branded fashion degree, so I studied the business and the design aspect, but I really love the design aspect, and that's something that I'm, slowly pursuing. And yeah, all the doors kept shutting on me, but I think something that I really stand firm in my faith is really trusting that, God has His ways and His will, His plans are far greater than all that I can ever imagine, and that's something that I really take courage and hope in. And so, with each application I always pray, Lord, let your will be done. I really just want to be at the right place at the right time. And that was how I landed my job as a videographer, because I actually had interest in videography, but it wasn't something that I studied or had much knowledge of. It was kind of just like a seed that I always had within me, which it's even funny, like on hindsight, reflecting about it, because when I was a lot younger, I used to make PowerPoint slides. I'm not even kidding. Like the what do you call Microsoft PowerPoint. So I would like overlay it with music and then kind of have like a slideshow presentation. And to me, that was like video editing. So corny, but yeah, it really started then, and I didn't really think much of it. It was actually because of my course. For my graduation portfolio, it was recommended to create a video to showcase your graduating collection, and I thought that would be a really cool idea to go along with. And it was during that time, so that was like 2016, when I was kind of like filming here and there. I didn't really think much of it. It was also when I started my first channel, which I have taken down. But on that channel, I was kind of just sharing what I was learning at college and kind of like showcasing and like praise reports, which is kind of what I'm still doing. That was kind of like the journey of video work for me. And it's so funny how God has really taken that interest and really began to, give me that opportunity to really grow in that, and I am so thankful. I know I'm kind of like being a little bit long-winded, but I really feel that you need to have context before you can understand and see like the progression of what is the product of today. So that's why I'm kind of taking you back a couple of steps. So yes, I landed that job, and that was the only job that got back to me when I applied, and that was the only job that hired me, and it was really the right job, and I'm so thankful for that opportunity. I think the fact being able to learn how to like mic up myself or like lighting setup, I really attribute it to that job, because I was the only camera person and video editor. I was like thrown into the deep end in terms of video work, and I love that, because that's when I really had to be serious about it and really do my research, educate myself, and I'm so thankful for that. I would encourage you to go and check out their channel, a company called Glam Corner. They are the largest design dress hire in Australia. If you look at their channel, so basically since the start of last year up to date, like I'm the one who's been like filming their videos and editing it, and you can really see the progression of improvement. And yeah, I'm thankful. It's funny when you look back at old videos or like old things that you've made and see the growth. I think growth is so important, and it's really more about that journey than being at the destination. So yeah, so last year I went, and as I said at the start of this video, it was like a really cringe video that I made, but also it was a really beautiful opportunity to even be at Fashion Week. Last year we got invited to attend one show, so we attended the We Are Kindred runway, and that was really, really cool. And then the other remaining weekend show, which is open to public. So with Fashion Week, throughout the week, it is actually open to like media and industry people, and then it's only on the weekend where the public gets to view kind of like a wrap-up snippets and highlights of each collection. That was really cool. And this year, just the amount of increase that has happened is really it's so overwhelming, and I'm just so thankful. To be honest, I'm not the most excited when it comes to like the street style, street looks sort of segment of Fashion Week. I really thought that this year was gonna kind of be like the same as last year. I didn't really think much of it, even though I was very thankful for the opportunity. But just with each day, I'm just so blown away by the amount of increase that has happened. This year we got invited to 3 shows, which already is such an increase. I had the privilege to attend We Are Kindred again, Cameo Collective, and Leo and Lin. And then also we got invited to the weekend edition as well, and that was really cool. The most interesting and fun for me was filming Backstage. I really liked how I was given a backstage pass. That was like so cool, just being able to show that, you know, that little badge and just walk through security. You know, I'm not really for like the glitz and the glam sort of aspect of the show. I mean, it's really cool, but to me, I kind of see past that. Being part of the industry, and as someone who makes clothes, like for me, it's all about the hard work that goes into clothes that people don't really see, and that's something I'm really passionate about, to, you know, share and showcase and hopefully let people realize that a lot of effort goes into creating garments. And also another aspect of it is, you know, when workers aren't paid well, or you know, they're not given the best environments to work in, those kind of things really shake me, and they really motivate me to shed light and educate consumers to be looking out for and be conscious of. I hope it kind of just shifts your thinking a little about Fashion Week, that it's really not so much about, you know, who wore what or like who was there, but it should be about a beautiful showcase of, you know, the hard work and the blood and sweat that goes behind each garment of each label, that, you know, we should remember and really celebrate. Yeah, and I think for me this year, something that really took my breath away was being able to shadow this up-and-coming designer called Leo and Lin. I really had the privilege on Wednesday to interview Leo at our company. The interview should be coming up soon on their channel. I wasn't even meant to be going backstage, but I'm so thankful that they actually gave us that opportunity. It was just incredible, you know. Their team is so humble, they're so friendly, and I really love, you know, being a part of that craziness for a mere couple hours. It really just shifted my thinking and experience of Fashion Week. And like, I was thinking about it, I actually attended Fashion Week in Perth about 4 years ago, when I was kind of finding ground as to whether I should be going to the industry. I was volunteering as a backstage dresser. This time around, going backstage as a videographer is honestly an amazing privilege, because I don't have to be part of, you know, the whole stressful situation. I'm just there to film and capture those moments, and I really loved the freedom and flexibility of being able to run around. I really loved how I could go from, you know, hair and makeup to the dressing room and then to the stage where they were like setting up. To me, that was like so crazy, just being able to, you know, go and have that freedom to film wherever. And I loved how, you know, having a camera, people kind of just understood and knew that you were doing your job, and they just left you alone, which is something I love. That was like the most amazing experience that happened at Fashion Week. Also, like, to top it off, I remember on the weekend, this was Saturday, I was already so done with filming, but I went in knowing that, okay, this is the last show that I have to film, and I was handed the backstage pass. So I was thinking like, oh cool, one of the organizers, so she's part of Tony and Guy, and Tony and Guy was the main sponsor for Fashion Week this year. And this lady, I'm not gonna name her to respect privacy, and when she saw my lanyard with the backstage name, you know, she just took it from me and she's like, no, you're given the wrong pass. And then she handed me the partner lanyard, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Because as a partner, you can basically walk in and out of Backstage. You get access to the Mercedes-Benz Star Lounge, you get free drinks and free food, and also you can jump the queue when it comes to shows and stuff. So it was just being given the opportunity and just that privilege and freedom of access, that was something that is so like beyond me. I think the amount of favor that I've received from people this year is just incredible, and I'm so grateful for everyone who, you know, has been really kind to give me that, you know, access to the show. And all I can say is praise the Lord, because it's really beyond me. I guess I really just wanted to end off before, you know, we cut into all that B-roll goodness, is that, you know, if you really trust in the Lord and believe that He will take you places, you know, I would just say, like, be ready to have, you know, your socks blown. You can never overestimate what he will do for you. Just the amount of, you know, favor and access that He can grant you as He's leading you is just it's just incredible, and no words can really describe, you know, the experience that I went through. Because for me, I was just so awestruck with how incredible and how amazing, you know, my God is. And just you know, when we take that step of faith and obedience, it's just crazy the places that He will take you. I've shared in the past that, you know, I've received like criticism when I really felt that I was being called into this industry, and I really thank the Lord, you know, Jesus, that He was there with me throughout, and He has really been my anchor, and that's why I stand so firm. And, you know, I'm so thankful to be able to share my testimony. It's because He's been there with me, you know, from the beginning, and He's continually there with me. And yeah, I just want to end off with, you know, this note of encouragement that wherever you feel God leading you and calling you, you know, there will be opposition and it won't be an easy road. But I love how you can always just trust in Him and just rest in His faithfulness and His goodness. And yeah, like I said, just be, you know, open to all that He wants to show you and the places that He really wants to take you, because He loves His children. He really wants to bless each and every one of us, but it really, you know, takes our part of partnering with Him, that He can take us to all these different places. You know, the amount that I've seen and experienced over the last 1.5 years is beyond what an average person would be able to see and encounter. To give you an understanding of that, you know, if I say went by the mainstream route of becoming a design assistant, you know, the kind of scope that I would be seeing as a design assistant is very different from what I'm seeing right now. You know, what I'm seeing is a lot of like operations sort of thing, where I see, you know, things from beginning to end, which is exactly what I love. I love processes, and I really love seeing things come into completion, and that's everything that I have experienced over the last 1.5 years. And as a design assistant, for example, you know, I would just be limited to, say, like dealing with like small details. If I were, say, part of a big company, I probably wouldn't be sent to Fashion Week, because that's not kind of like in my scope. And say if I were to work in retail as well, I wouldn't be sent to Fashion Week, and I would just be limited to, you know, the store's operations. Whereas being a videographer, I've had, you know, the amazing opportunities of interviewing countless of designers, CEOs of all these different brands, and just being able to hear their stories of where they've come from, being able to attend Fashion Week and just different events and see things. Yeah, I don't like I said, I don't even know how to put it in words. The amount of backstage access and scope that I've received through this job is beyond what a fresh grad could ever imagine. And I'm so excited for what lies ahead. I don't know, I have like expectations, but then again, I'm so open, because I really like, if this is my first like 1.5 years of, you know, working, I don't know what the next couple years and like the future is gonna look like, but I'm just so excited. And definitely, like I said in my April video, I really feel the shift of being more focused on making clothes now, because as much as I like videography, I really don't see it as my future. It's really just a means of getting to and working towards my future, but making clothes is where my heart is really at. So it's really interesting that I'm kind of at that transition phase of gearing and being more committed to that and really just focusing and working towards that. So I'm really excited for what lies ahead. Yeah, like I said, a lot of things are gonna change and happen on this channel. So I'm glad that you guys can be a part of that. I really hope that you'll be encouraged just to see and witness the change of my growth in videography. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the B-rolls, and definitely and especially I really hope that you enjoy that backstage video that I made for Leon Lin, because I really felt like that was my baby. Out of all the videos that I made this year, I really felt that that's my baby, and that's something I really want to work towards, kind of like building and showcasing brands. And but I'll get into that sort of detail in another video. So that's it for this video. I hope you've liked it and you've been encouraged by it, and I'll definitely catch you in my next one. Bye!